Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Review. I am your good buddy Roger.
And I am your good buddy Brandon.
And we sat down earlier this week.
Yes, sir.
We watched a movie to review.
We watched us a film.
As soon as it was done freezing in Texas, as soon as it was thawed out enough for us to get...
We could talk about all that in the ramble. It was a hard week for your buddies.
It was. It was stressful. I actually didn't listen, but we'll go into.
We'll get to that later. But you know what we are going to do is we're going to talk about this here film that we watched. It is called My Hero Academia Heroes Rising.
Correct.
And I really had to check myself because we talked about last week how we couldn't remember if it was Hero Rising or Two Heroes. And I'll say right now, they need to switch the titles on these films.
I really think that's true.
They really need. Are we sure there wasn't a translation error? We sure? Because literally, this one. We're not going to get too spoilery. We're going to give you the gist of it. We're going to tell you a little about what was going on. But this one literally ends with two very specific heroes having a big old showdown with the bad guy. And the last one involved, which was called Two Heroes, the last one involved them climbing up a freaking tower to get to the top and face the villain.
Rising to the tippity top, all the way up into a helicopter.
Yeah, they were in fact rising.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Anyway, point is, it's your good buddies, Brandon and Roger, and we were gonna tell you about this here movie we watched, and we're gonna give you a review and recommendation. And Roger, if this movie was straight up boo-boo garbage, what would you call that?
I'd call it an anime, maybe not.
It was fine. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't great.
Anime. My God, it's animazing.
What if?
That's an anime, maybe.
Anime. What if it was better than it was actually like real nice?
That's an anime, most definitely.
What if it was so good, Roger?
That, my friend, is animazing.
Oh yeah, it would be animazing. As you can tell, again, it's been a while since we've done reviews.
It's been a while.
Been a while
since I could say I reviewed some anime.
God, I'm sorry y'all had to listen to us do this dumb shit. Anyway. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go over a few different categories and give it a final score. 5 different categories, a possible 2 stars in each category for a possible total of 10 stars. That is how math works. And Roger, what is that first category we're going to talk about?
The story and setting.
What is the second category, Roger?
The characters and development.
Número 3.
The art and animation.
That fourth category.
The soundtrack.
And finally, that fifth category, that good buddies wiggle room, that
je ne sais quoi.
Roger, what does that mean?
I do not know what.
I don't know what. But that's how we're going to do it. Let's get on into it. We've talked enough. It's enough preamble, enough about nothing.
Enough rambling before the ramble.
Before the ramble. Let's talk about this damn movie. Roger, what's this about?
It's My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
So they are the Class 1A from UA are going to an island to help out these mostly older citizens out.
Yeah, it's called Nabu Island, I believe.
Yeah.
It is about 1,000 people live on this island. It's a pretty small one off the coast of Japan. It's not a big deal. It's not particularly, it's just this is a regular old town on this regular old island, and it's just the people live there. They go to the beach, they live their lives, etc., etc. But you know what? They don't have currently any heroes watching the island to help out when stuff goes awry. And by goes awry, we need old Miss Sasaki needs a fucking ride. Her car broke down, so she can't get home. That's the kind of level of terror we're dealing with. Maybe a kid gets pulled into the riptide, and someone's got to run out there and save him.
Yeah.
It's about the most dangerous stuff we come across. But that is what this is. They have been sent out there. This is kind of like an advanced internship, let's call it, for the heroes of Class 1A, because they still ain't all the way heroes, but they got to move them quick enough because stuff's getting crazy. And
on the island, they are going to be treated as heroes.
Yes, indeed. And most of them, we get some scenes in the beginning where they're doing it. They're doing it. They're having a good old time. They're taking it seriously. Of course, Ida's got to be in there, blah, 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 doing stuff.
Yeah.
Doing his air chops. He's all serious.
Running some grannies on his back.
Yeah, man. They're working the phones. Momo's answering phones. Everybody's answering phones, going out and doing stuff. You got Weird Arm guy who's basically a glorified lifeguard, but he's calling the shots, telling who to get out there and get who out of the water. It's a good time. Bakugo don't give a fuck.
Nope.
Why would he? But yeah, that is essentially the story. But here's the further story, is that there is some trouble brewing. We have a new team of villains, who we will go over a little bit later. But basically, the way I looked at this is, y'all remember, I believe it was season 3, when All Might was fighting All for One, excuse me. He was fighting All for One. And All Might had told Deku before, hey man, eventually you're probably going to have to fight this guy. But then Deku didn't fight him. All Might fought him. And if you thought, I wonder what would happen if Deku did fight that guy. That's basically this movie.
Yeah.
We'll go over the villains and whatnot later, but they show up looking for something very specific. And one of them is basically All for One.
Yeah.
Like literally is a younger version of him.
Yeah, he's kind of he is limited to how many powers he can have.
His name's 9.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, you want to take a stab at how many powers he can have?
You get it?
8.
No.
I'm just kidding. It is 9.
Well, his
I
and then 8.
9.
It's his and then 8. The one he already had and then 8. They don't really tell you like which ones are his original.
Yeah, does he have the Blue Eyes White Dragon? Was he the Blue Eyes White Dragon?
There's definitely a Blue Eyes White Dragon coming out of him. I would say it's a no eyes blue dragon because it doesn't appear to have eyes and it is much more blue than white. But point is, this guy's got all kind of powers. He's got laser fingers and air shields.
Yeah, he's an airbender.
He's an airbender.
A laser bender.
He's an airbender. Not Cyclops, Havoc shooting lasers, plus Storm.
He's got moonrakers in his fingers.
He's got moonrakers in his fingers. He's raking the moon with his fingertips, with his fingernails. He has storm powers. He's calling lightning. The dude's pretty badass.
Yeah.
He also has a pretty badass team. Well, let's get to that in characters in development.
Yeah.
Or should we? Yeah. But point is, that's the story. Homies are on the island trying to help out, and then shit goes down in a major, major way. And they are the only people there standing between these very powerful villains and the rest of this town. And the very specific person or thing they are there to get.
Yeah.
So
it's
pretty great.
Yeah, I believe they're quite a distance out too.
Oh yeah, they're pretty far from the mainland.
Yep.
So it's not like anybody can just get there very quickly.
Correct.
Although we do see 1 or 2 people get there eventually. Point is, pretty rad premise, put them on an island. They're secluded. The first thing these villains do is take out the communications. You ain't calling nobody. Let's go. It's party time. Put up your dick beaters and let's start throwing hands.
Yeah.
that's where the show goes.
Yeah. And hands are thrown.
Hands are thrown in a major way. Entire people are thrown. Stones are thrown. Parts of the island are thrown, dare I say. It gets very intense. Pretty fun show, really cool fight scenes, but that is this film. And again, it should have been called Two Heroes, but it's called Heroes Rising. That's fine.
Yeah.
Rod, you got anything else to say about story and setting?
No. I think compared to the first movie, we didn't actually review the first movie. We did. It was when we were still doing the longer breakdown thing.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I think that the premise and everything, I like the first movie more.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is, this one sets up for a decent action-packed movie.
Yeah.
It's not breaking any barriers or anything like that, but
it's actually quite similar in that respect to the first movie because both of them take place on this fairly secluded island.
Yeah.
Granted, in the first movie, you had more like established heroes, including All Might, on the island, and it was before he was all done.
Yeah. See, I would say that the setting there was, because you had the big tower and the beach or whatever. And I believe there was like a carnival area at the theme park or whatever, where this is just island.
Yeah, it's just this is where people live.
Yeah.
In that respect, I kind of like this one better, though, because while that is a cooler setting overall, the fact that is basically a glorified theme park with a bunch of cool shit means that this isn't like some resort. This is people's homes.
Sure.
And I'll say it's slightly more intense for me because, don't get me wrong. If if the Six Flags burns down, hey, bummer.
Yeah,
we can build another Six Flags.
I would say if I treated the show like it was real life, yes, it would be more intense. But,
but of course it's not real life; it's a cartoon. And that's fine. But yeah, I like them both. I don't know.
Yeah, but overall, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very fun, and there's some really cool fight scenes which we will get to. Do you want to get to the character development?
Sure.
Character-wise, It's all 1A, baby. They got no teachers with them. You do see Eraserhead at the beginning of this one.
Yeah, you see All Might
shows
briefly.
Up a little bit. Yeah. It does feature. Is his name Hawks?
Yeah, Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks is in there. He's doing his own investigation and whatnot into something that's going on. We do see some of the League of Villains. They show up for a little bit, kind of bookending this one. There is also the introduction. I don't know. Did we see the Doctor before this?
No, I don't think we have seen the Doctor before this.
Which they only refer to him as Doctor.
Yeah.
He's only referred to as Doctor, but it's this dude who, if you are following the manga, you'll definitely recognize him. And if you were following the minor controversy that happened not too long ago in the MHA community, where this guy was kind of, I believe they had to change his name because he was named after or similarly to a term that was used by some Nazi scientists in Japan.
Yeah.
It's not cool, but that's who the guy is. He is basically the MHA Mangala. So
yeah,
look, I get why they did that. Feels not good, and they did change the name. But that dude shows up. They do not name him here. He's only referred to as the Doctor, and it's only very briefly. So it's kind of setting up some stuff for the next season. Definitely feels like.
Right.
But the real party we're here for. Look, we got Deku. Deku's being a full-on good boy. Like, he gets straight up clowned by a kid in this one, and he's just like, oh, I'm just glad everybody's okay. It's like, okay,
yeah,
you fucking literal golden retriever of a child human being. Fine, you're such a sweet little puppy. That's nice. You got Bakugo, and he won't stop shouting how he's going to be the #1 hero. I'm not going to say, look, I love these characters. We've gotten a lot of development out of these characters already. Mm-hmm. This is a continuation of that. It's cool that they kind of, it makes perfect sense that they can't fully develop the characters anymore because we already seen a lot of it.
Right.
We do get some development with the characters. These characters we know. They kind of also just take them down a notch, make them a little more 2D for the movie, which makes perfect sense because it's a movie. They don't have a lot of time to develop all that much. We do get some pretty cool stuff from our new characters, though, who are these villains. Roger, tell me about these villains.
Okay. First villain is the main one. That's 9.
Badass.
Yeah, he's had some interaction with the scientist.
There have been experiments.
Yes. And he is after a power pretty much to perfect his power.
Yes. Without getting too spoilery, he is putting together a set of powers that he believes will make him the ultimate being, more or less. And the last one he needs is on this island. Someone's got it.
Yeah.
And then he will be likened to a god and nigh unstoppable, which is terrifying, particularly when you see the level of destruction this fucker is capable of.
Yeah.
And like we said before, he's kind of like All for One Light. He kind of is. Like, he's literally got the weird mask thingy for him to breathe and all that. Except he does have eyes, which is nice. And hair.
Yeah.
He's kind of handsome.
Yeah, he's kind of handsome. He's Sephiroth-esque.
He is kind of Sephiroth-esque.
He's like if Sephiroth and All for One did the fusion dance.
Oh, damn. I don't think my heart could handle it.
I know how you like that All for One.
Oh, you know me. I'm so into that creepy
that
man
old
with
blobby,
his no eyes.
the bloody face.
Anyway, this guy
looks like silly putty. That's what
I'll just say it. This guy's cooler.
Yeah.
Maybe less menacing than a dude with no eyes, but still very, very creepy. Who else we got?
By some magical stroke, I do remember all of the villains' names.
Me too.
We have Chimera.
Chimera is badass.
Yeah. He reminds me of one of the Chimera-esque characters from Full Metal Alchemist.
He kind of gives me I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's a comic called Black Sad. It's like a noir detective comic where the main character is like this really serious fucking Panther man. Like, he literally is like a fucking black cat in a suit. He kind of reminds me of that because the dude is very grizzled tough and like wearing an overcoat, and he has a dog head. And he's awesome.
Yeah.
Or like a wolf head, I guess. Dude's badass. I love him.
Yeah, I wish I remember the character's name. Somebody probably remembers it from Full Metal Alchemist or whatever. One of the guys that he's one of the pair or whatever that have animal features or whatever.
I'm over here like going like I'm gonna pull it. There's no way I'm gonna remember that. You talk a little bit. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I believe he's the warthog one. He even has the same like the dread style or whatever. They were really fun characters, but that's who he reminded me of. Both characters very tough, very. I mean, I would say that the one from Fullmetal Alchemist has more depth, but he lets you know why he is the way that he is, and why he fights for 9, and his reasons behind it. It's pretty cool. He's a cool character.
Yeah, dude.
Did you find that name yet?
I can't find it.
I'll let you keep going. Next, we got Mummy.
Oh, these guys?
Yeah, those are the ones.
Okay. I don't have names here. It just says 2 human chimera transform.
So they are chimeras.
They
Very
are chimeras.
Cool. Okay.
List of chimeras, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is not... We're not talking about FMA, right?
Yeah, I'll post it up. I'll post it up on the screen.
It'll be there.
Yeah.
And he'll do it this time, unlike when I tried to get him to post a picture of Beagle Buddy.
Oh, yeah, well, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
And here's Beagle Buddy.
No, we'll see.
Come on. All right. Anyway.
We got Mummy.
Mummy's pretty wild.
He's like a red ninja.
Yeah.
And then whatever his bandages, his mummy bandages touch or whatever, any inanimate object.
He wraps them around there and he can basically
he has control over.
Assuming his bandage, his thread doesn't get cut, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty wild. Including, he cannot control living matter, notably, but if you're wearing clothes or have gear on, he can control that, so he can effectively control people, kinda.
Yeah.
You know who that probably wouldn't work on is Mirio, because all this shit is made out of his own hair and shit. That way it'll go invisible with him.
Oh, yeah.
Too bad that guy lost his powers in season
4. Spoiler alert.
Minor spoiler. Hey, if you're listening to us talk about this movie and you haven't finished season 4, I don't know what to tell you, baby. Anyway, go on.
Up next, we have Slice.
Fucking Slice.
Slice him and dice him.
Slice is kind of rad.
What did you say that she's a more cool moonfish?
Oh yeah,
less
if
creepy
you remember
moonfish
from previous seasons, was the weird ass gimp with teeth that could extend like swords and knives and shit. That's basically Slice, but it's her hair, and she's much less creepy and much cooler, I feel like, than that guy. And to quote everybody's best friend Spike Spiegel, I love a woman that can kick my ass.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And she does kick a little ass.
She does whip a little bit ass.
And then is that everybody? Do we catch them all?
Villains,
Yeah, that's all of them.
There's only main dude and then his 3 cronies.
Yeah. So next we have the children in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We have Maharo, who is the sister of Katsuma. Now Maharo does have a pretty cool power. She has a
she can make illusions.
Yeah, she can make illusions, big projections or whatever, in which she finds a way to be, to have a practical use for it in the movie, and it's pretty hilarious, but it's also very helpful to the characters in the situation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see her powers a few times. She is very worried about her younger brother.
Yes, her younger brother, who I don't think we can talk about him too much because he ends up being a major part of the story. But he looks up to these heroes. He wants very badly to be a hero.
Yeah, Katsuma, he's very sweet.
And he's so fucking cute. The kids are adorable.
Yeah, they really are.
The Katsuma more so, I would say. Because he has to be. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, his sister keeps trying to troll the heroes, and then every now you'll see him sneaking up like, Mr. Deku, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's so cute. But he wants to be a hero, and his sister, I can't really fault her, doesn't want that to happen because she's seen how dangerous it is.
It even flashes to Deku's mom.
Yeah.
Pleading, being so worried about Deku.
Like, I can't keep doing this, you keep getting hurt, that kind of thing. And rightfully so,
Right.
But it ends up being a whole thing where like she takes her, she has this hatred of heroes, it seems.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's less about hatred and more about fear that her brother could be hurt.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scares her more than anything. So of course that she'd do anything to stop that from happening.
Yeah, they don't have a mother.
Yeah.
Their mother is dead. And
Dad is not on the island.
Yeah, he works to support them. So mostly the islanders take care of the kids.
Yeah, the folks in the neighborhood are the one in their neighborhood are the ones taking care of them, and it's these kids end up being, they are, next to the heroes and villains, they are the most important characters, we find out. And man, they're pretty great. I love them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, they're fun. And yeah, they are really, really cute. They're really likable characters.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I will say is that they are asked repeatedly to get to leave the area.
Just run, get out of here.
And
you gotta go.
Not once.
They go maybe 15, 20 feet and hide behind a rock.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not getting out of here.
Yeah, you're doing a real bad job, kids.
Y'all real bad at getting out of here, I gotta say.
But that's all the new characters pretty much.
Yeah, man. Development wise, there's not a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a movie.
You figure out you figure out who the kids are. Mm-hmm. Why they're why they're alone on the island. Mm-hmm. You figure out the villains and their motives. Mm-hmm. And then the lackeys, essentially, their motives to the Leader 9. Mm-hmm. They do a good job of making it all make sense in the short amount of time. I think it's
fine. It's nothing.
It's done well enough.
Yeah, it's as good as it's gonna get in a movie of this length and of this caliber that has this many characters and et cetera. How much can they really do? They do a decent job. I will say that some of the motivations for the characters, particularly the villains, while I get them and they make sense, they're a little one note.
Yeah, a little cliche.
Yeah. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, again, we're talking about a superhero film.
Yeah.
Basically. So how deep can it get? But yeah, it does leave, I'll say, a little bit to be desired there. You get what you get. You know what the movie does have in spades is that sweet, delicious style.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this art and animation?
Yeah, man.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
I would actually say it's very similar to the show in the normal parts, in the
for the most
areas.
part, for the overwhelming, the lion's share, as you would say.
Yeah.
It is pretty much on par with the show itself. And then those fight scenes.
Yeah, once the fight scenes kick in, they start showing off that Sakuga.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
Those fights are very flashy.
Yes.
They are movie quality fights and they are movie length.
And it starts you off with a pretty sweet fight scene of some villains trying to apprehend, or some heroes trying to apprehend some of these villains, and then gets us into the main story, our main setting on the island, where we get everybody moving around doing stuff. Villains show up, shit goes down, dick beaters up, as we say. Yeah, we get some really sweet ass animation. I'm talking like big fight scenes. We won't go into details because spoilers, but ooh boy, there is stuff flying around. People are going through the air. They are flying at each other.
They start doing those nice color changes and like bright, vibrant sceneries with a heavy contrast and stuff.
Motherfucker goes Super Saiyan. It's pretty great.
Yeah, man, everything pops.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And Homeboy 9, when he decides to stop fucking around and really let his powers loose, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That motherfucker basically made a plasma tornado. What was that?
Yeah.
It's intense, dog.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff, art-wise.
Yeah, it's good.
Very smooth.
It's really good.
Very clean.
Had that movie budget and they used it.
Oh hell yeah, they did.
Let's go on to that soundtrack, dude. How'd you feel about it?
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was. I actually thought there were a few standout tracks and stuff in there, and then, all the effects or whatever. You can't really, expect an opening ending, though. I did think the ending song was pretty good.
Yeah, with our regular anime reviews, we would talk about the opening and the ending, but obviously there wasn't much. Yeah. There was an ending song, as you said.
Yeah.
That happens during the big fight, and then at the very end, over the credits and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's decent. It's good stuff. Sound design wise, the explosion sounds, the punches, the kicks, the hits, the lightning strikes, they all feel heavy.
Yeah, you feel
got a good meat to them.
Yep.
Nice meaty thwack when someone gets hit.
Yeah,
feels good.
Yeah, I thought the soundtrack was pretty good. It was very appropriate for the film. There were a few really good tracks.
Oh, and notably, we did watch the dub.
Yeah,
which is quite good.
Yeah, which is quite good.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
we know these guys; they're great.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, man.
Good stuff.
And then finally, that Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. You want to go, dude, or you want me to go first on the Je ne sais quoi?
I can go.
Okay.
Most of overall, I was, in terms of an action film, which is what this is an action film that comes after 4 seasons and one other movie, and some OVAs and whatnot. So we know these characters in and out more so than we would going to see, you know, a regular action movie. It's quite good. It's quite good. It's got, the action scenes are great, the fighting's great, the sound is great. The new characters we are introduced to are appropriately cool and or cute and or badass. Again, my only real quibble would be the motivations of some of the characters. I'll just say this one. Dude basically is like, I want power. Cool.
Yeah, it's cliche.
Don't you cliche. All?
Yeah.
Like, to the point that Homeboy even straight up says, yeah, pretty cliche villain thing you got there, bud. Like, he literally just calls him out as like, you sound like just any old power mad villain. It's like, yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Now beat him.
Really, that's it.
Now beat him if you're a bad enough dude while you are in the jaws of this no-eyes blue dragon.
Yeah.
Good luck, asshole. So, yeah, it's kind of is again cliche in that regard. Kind of meh. But overall, I mean, you're coming here for some badass fights, some badass action, some really good art style and animation quality. Baby, you got it.
Yep.
And beyond that, I will say this did lead to, cannot spoil the ending, obviously, but super badass ending.
Yeah.
Incredible way for it all to resolve. And look, if saying the bad guy loses is a spoiler, eat my butt. The bad guy loses. Whatever. Yeah. But the way that happens, didn't see it coming.
You never saw it coming.
I never saw it coming. Really fascinating, cool ass way they did it. Didn't see that coming until literally like they do it. Until it happens, I didn't see it coming. And I was like, oh shit! And then it happens, and it's very, very cool. And it's very, very badass, and it's great. And I won't spoil that here, but it's great.
Yeah.
And then, cop out at the very, very end. That's the only other thing. Kind of a big cop out, which we can't talk about. We'll talk about it in the ramble. Please
I understand why it's there.
Oh yeah, of course. Because the stuff that happens, can't do that.
Sure.
But check out this movie. We'll talk about it in the ramble. Obviously, as always, big old giant spoiler warning over the top of the ramble because we're going to talk about it. But that's pretty much it. Like, again, my biggest quibbles are a little bit 2D on the motivations for some of the characters, and big old cop out at the end, which had, I mean, you had to have a big old cop out at the end with how it was resolved. But otherwise, I thought it was great.
Yeah. I think my je ne sais quoi is more the same of you. Once again, I would like to reiterate that I think that I did like that first movie more. I feel like there was something extra with that first movie. And maybe it's the fact that All Might was there with him too, and All Might's such a likable character.
And All Might says shit.
Yeah, he does say shit.
In Two Heroes. Not in this one.
Not in this one. He barely says anything. It's focused mainly on the kids, which rightfully so. They're the main characters.
Also, Bakugo just straight up says, "I'm gonna kill you."
It's good. Yeah. At a certain point, you're like, is he actually a hero?
I'm like, wait, have they been killing people? They haven't been killing people. Have they?
Is he gonna kill people?
I was literally like, wait, did they kill people in the previous season? Because I think he just killed that guy. I think that guy's dead.
Yeah. He's not dead. It showed him later.
The guy was not dead. But
yeah, we were like,
it looked like he died.
Yeah, I think Bakugo just killed the dude.
I think he just murdered him.
And I thought he was gonna kill some kids at one point.
He
was at least gonna strike them kids.
Ain't gonna be number one here. You go around killing kids. I'll just say it.
But yeah, man, I really did enjoy the movie. Want to go on to the scores?
Yeah, man. How do you feel about that story and set?
I gave it 1 point.
I went 1.5.
Okay.
I think it's fine. How do you feel about those characters in development?
I gave that 1.5.
I also gave that one 1.5. How about that art and animation?
I gave it 1.5.
I'm gonna give it 2. It's movie quality.
Okay.
Of course it's movie quality. It's a movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 2. How about the music and sound?
I gave it 1.5.
I got 1.5 as well. That sounds about right. And how about that?
The je ne sais quoi? I gave it 1.5.
1.5. I'm gonna give it 1.
I give it 1.5 because it's My Hero Academia. It's really good, but you probably aren't going to enjoy this movie as much if you haven't seen the show.
It does require knowing these characters a bit,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, for sure. It's one of those that I'm gonna dock 1 point, partially because of that, and partially, as I already said, felt a little 2D on some of the characters. Which, I mean, again, it's a movie. You don't have a lot of time to develop these guys, and honestly, I'm thinking about it. Some of the villains in the show, while they had more development, I don't feel were any more relatable or unrelatable than these guys.
I mean, it's hard to be a hero killer Stain.
It's hard out here.
Yeah. I think is he not the? Would you say that Stain is not the best of the villains?
He's certainly the most intriguing.
Yeah.
Easily. I was thinking specifically like Overhaul in season 4.
Yeah.
I get where that guy's coming from, but it's also like
I wouldn't say
just a crazy yak, you know?
Yeah, kind of, but he does have reasons. I would say.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is keeping the child captive as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that was fascinating about that character.
Yeah.
Is that he's doing such a clearly horrible thing that when they first encounter him, they can't do anything about.
Yeah.
Here it's like, I'm the bad guy. Lightning bolt. It's like, okay, cool. So yeah, I give it 1 point on the Je ne sais quoi.
Okay.
What's that put you total at, big boy?
That puts me at 7 points.
That puts me at 7.5.
All right, man. That is an animos definitely from both of us.
It's definitely good. It's definitely worth watching, particularly since that next season of MHA is coming eventually. So go ahead and get on this one if you need your fix, if you haven't already seen it. Now, this movie did come out 2 years ago. It hasn't been stateside for very long, has it?
No, not that long.
I feel like it came out like late last
sometime
year.
During the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic.
I got a story about that too, how I ended up with this Blu-ray. But notably, this is on Hulu, I believe on Funimation. Is it on Funimation? I know it's on Hulu.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu. Pretty sure I was looking it up. It was like, you can watch it on Hulu. But point is, check it out. Good stuff. Fine flick. A lot of good action. A lot of good fight scenes. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. I would agree.
Not a 8-9 star good time, but a good time.
But yeah, if you like My Hero Academia, you're gonna
enjoy it. Yes, absolutely. Now, if you've never seen an episode of MHA, shame on you, because it's a good show. But yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Also, Minetta's not in it that much. He has his moments, but
he does have some moments.
I'm not a big Minetta fan, but
it shows his bleeding head more than a few times.
He's in some intense action.
Yeah, he does try, and actually, he's not so creepy in this one.
He has his moments.
He is Minetta, but
he's definitely Minetta.
Hey, man, he looks, but he doesn't touch.
You know he would if he could, though.
You know.
Anyway,
not if he's trying to be a hero.
If he wasn't so damn short, maybe he could. He can't reach. It's so bad. Anyway, we've talked about this film. We're gonna go ahead and bust on another ramble. Roger, do we know what we're doing next week?
We do not. We didn't talk about it.
Damn it. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Hey man, we'll throw something up on the.
Times are weird, especially with the freeze. You know, it's like everything just gets layered on top of us, I feel like.
Stay tuned for the ramble. We'll get into that. If you're listening to the podcast, we're going to go straight into it. If you're on the YouTube channel, that's Rapid Kick Media. If you're not, check it out. Rapid Kick Media, all one word, on YouTube. We will have it as a separate video. But that about does for this one. It's an animos, definitely. We enjoyed it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Beyond that, we'll have the full plugs at the end. We want to give a quick shout out to our good buddy Haas for the closing theme on the review portion you're about to hear. If you're on the Rapid Kick Media channel, he whip a little ass. Full plugs at the end. Anything else to talk about?
If you are watching on YouTube, be sure you check out the rambles.
Oh yeah.
We're about to go in and we're about to talk about pretty much everything that we're watching this season, which is
a lot.
Pretty much everything good.
Well, not literally everything. There's some stuff I fell off of. I don't lie.
Sure, that's what I said. Pretty much everything good.
The stuff we like. But we'll talk about it.
What are you talking about? We like the good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
We like that good shit.
We gonna hit it up. We gonna talk about it. But we're gonna bust on into the ramble now, and I think that about does it. And so I will say, love ya.
Love ya.